I'm gonna try blunting some of the ends of my dreadlocks today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for all the comments I received on my last video. If you didn't see that video, I posted a 3-year update about my dreadlocks, but today what I want to focus on is some maintenance. If you watched that last video, you would have seen I haven't had dreadlock maintenance since December of 2020. It is now June 2021, and I still have a bunch of fuzzy hair and loose hair on my head, which just comes with the territory. But I'd like to clean that up a little bit and then also try my hand at blunting some of the ends of my dreadlocks. Let me show you. So this is a blunted end. You can see the dreadlock stops at the very end versus something like this. This is a wispy end. When I got my dreadlocks started, they were all wispy. I didn't have her blunt any of them, although I prefer the look of a blunted dreadlock. For a long time, I didn't have long dreadlocks, and so the wispy ends kind of give you that illusion of having long hair. One thing about dreadlock ends though, when they're wispy, they will naturally dread on their own if given the chance. Let me show you. So you can see this one. This dreadlock used to be a lot longer, and over time the hair has knotted at the base and it's just become part of the dreadlock. This is my longest dreadlock, and it's been like this since I got dreadlocks, and it's probably because I play with it so much that it hasn't dreaded, but there's a little bit of dreaded hair in the middle of the dreadlock. Let me show you. So this is the dreadlock. All of this is loose hair, but in the middle of it there's this little baby dreadlock. So it's dreaded here and then loose at the bottom, and they would all do that. They would all start dreading at the base of the lock, from what I understand. They'll all start dreading on their own if left to their devices. I'm one of those people, I like to touch my hair a lot, so I will constantly be touching the ends of my hair and running my fingers through it. That counteracts the dreading process, and therefore some of the ends haven't dreaded. But here's another blunted end. I just like that look better. I did try cutting a few, so my loctician gave me the idea of being able to cut a couple of the ends, because the lock it's solid, it's locked in there, it's not going anywhere, it's not gonna unravel. So I could, in theory, cut all my ends if I wanted to. But let me show you what this looks like up close. So up close, you could see that it's cut. You can see this little tip, and it has cut. Let me move these long ones. You can see that the hairs are like fluffy and they're cut. Versus something like this, the hair has wrapped over the end and there isn't much like hair poking out the end. Hopefully you can see that difference. Also when I feel this, it feels round on the tip. This feels like a lot of pokey hairs are just sticking out. My goal today is to take some of the dreadlocks that have shorter, wispy ends and convert them into this type of blunted end. And I have a couple tools to help me. I first have this. This is a number 8 0.90 millimeter crochet hook by Clover. I got this at Joann Fabrics. I just grabbed the smallest crochet hook that they had. It's super teeny tiny. Got a teeny tiny little hook on it. And what this does is it helps go into the dreadlock and pull hair out. This is very similar to the crochet hook my loctician Layla used when she started my dreadlocks. I also have this tool. This is a tool Layla told me to purchase. It is a razor blade. I think I just got this off of Amazon. I'll link to the products if you're interested in the description below. This is just a razor blade. It has like a comb guard on it. It's got also hair on it. This will allow you to shave the dreadlock kind of like this. I also used it to cut a couple of the ends like I mentioned, but I decided I don't really like the look of that. Let's get started doing some dread maintenance and blunting a couple ends. I've only done this a couple times, but I really like the look of it, so I want to try to do a few more right now. I'm going to start with this one. I picked this one because it has a really nice wispy end. It's all basically intact. It's coming out of one point at the end of my dreadlock versus something like this. This will be a little more difficult. It has 2 points where ends are coming out of the dreadlock versus this one only has 1 point. So I'm going to start with this one. So the way I do this is I just bend it over. So I will bend over the end on my lock like this, and I will go through and crochet the end to the dreadlock. There's also some hair sticking out at the very base of the lock. I'm gonna shave that off first because it'll get in the way. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just gonna bend it over. Bend it over, make sure all the hair is in a tight little spot at the end. And then I'm gonna stick my crochet hook in and just pull it out a few times to secure that hair in place. Now I'm not an expert at this. I'm just a person that has locked hair on the internet. I would never claim to be an expert at any sort of hairstyle, even one such as dreadlocks. This is a choice. It's just a hairstyle that I've chosen to have for myself because I like it and I like having blunted ends. So I've learned how to do this because I like the look of it. So you can kind of see you have a little bit of hair sticking out, which is fine, but the end is secured at the base. It's not secured at the whole. It's not secured along the longest part of the hair yet. So I'm basically just going to work my way up the dreadlock and secure all of those hairs. And I'm kind of holding it with my fingers while I go in and out of the lock with the crochet hook. So that's what it looks like now. It's a little fluffy. I'm gonna palm roll it. I got the comment asking if I palm roll my hair a lot, and I don't. I really don't. I am very much like, let the professional help me with the maintenance as much as possible. I can do a little bit like what we're doing, but in terms of maintenance on a regular basis, like after get the shower or stuff like that, I don't really do a lot. Like I don't palm roll. I've maybe palm rolled 3 or 4 times in the last 3 years, if that. But I will palm roll for the ends when I do this because it just gets all those hairs back in the dreadlock. Let me show you. See, that's what it looks like after palm rolling. I still have all these hairs at the tip. One thing I did see is somebody showed me this, which I don't really like that look. It kind of undoes all the work of crocheting it. So I'm gonna put that back in now that I palm roll. Let me palm roll again. I'm gonna palm roll again, and I'm gonna go back through and crochet a little bit more on this dreadlock. I'm not breaking any of the hair, in case that question was gonna come up. I'm not breaking any of the hair. I'm honestly just pulling the hair through the main part of the dreadlock. I'm pulling that loose hair into the dreadlock, knotting the loose hair with the main part of the dreadlock so I can palm roll it and it will secure itself. So that's what it looks like now. And I'm gonna palm roll again. And I think that looks pretty good. This will blunt up a little bit more. It's still got some loose hairs, but I think that's fine. And I'm gonna try another one. So I'm gonna do this one. This is the same sort of thing. All the hair at the end is coming out of one spot. I'm gonna check the dreadlock and see if there's any loose hair along it. And there is. There's some hair. So I'm gonna shave that off. Okay, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. So this one, I'm gonna twist it a little bit, twist the end, and then fold it over. And I'm folding a little bit of the tip over too. That just seemed to be the best thing. So I'm gonna fold the tip over, and again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna secure the tip first, then I'm gonna go along the lock and secure all the hair. So it looks kind of crazy on a palm roll. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna leave that little hair, and it looks really good. It looks very secure. I'm gonna go through and do a few more. Probably gonna time lapse this part. guys, so that's all the maintenance I'm doing today. I just blunted a few ends and cut some of the hair off of my dreadlocks. I'll probably go through and continue to clean up the length of my dreadlocks over the next few days or so. I rarely sit and do it all at once. It's usually a little bit at a time. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to put out more videos about dreadlocks and other parts of my life like mountain biking, hiking, adventure sort of things. So if you're interested in sticking around, please subscribe and thank you so much. Bye.